inductance. So far we have discussed some important topics in inductance. Now we are going to discuss few problems in inductance. Okay. So if we take problems, let us take first problem. So the problem is calculate the effective inductance of the circuit shown below. So this is your circuit. So whenever we look at the circuit, we have to look out for the number of coils. You can see here we got 3 coils. You can take this as coil 1 and this as coil 2 and this as coil 3. Okay. So coil 1, self-inductance of coil 1 is taken as L1 and it is 8 Henry, and self-inductance of coil 2 is taken as 10 Henry. Okay. Coil 1, L1 is 8 Henry, coil 2 in the self-inductance L2 is 10 Henry, and for coil 3 it is L3 is 6 Henries, that is self-inductance. And now you can see two more inductance are given. These are called as mutual inductance. Mutual inductance between coil 1 and coil 2 and between coil 2 and coil 3. So mutual inductance between coil 1 and 2 can be taken as 4 Henry. Similarly between 2 and 1 both are same, correct? So it is M21. So M12 is equal to M21 is equal to 4 Henry. Similarly, we got here in this case we got mutual inductance between coil 2 and coil 3, that can be taken as M23, which is equal to M32, which is 5 Henries. So the aim of the main objective of the problem is to find effective inductance. Okay, total inductance of the circuit. Okay. So first let us take coil 1. If you take coil 1, this coil 1 has got its own inductance called self-inductance 8 Henry, and some more inductance called mutual inductance because of the flux linking with this coil due to current flowing through coil 2. So that is 4 Henry. So now we can make the equation for coil 1. It is total inductance will be L1 minus M12, mutual inductance between coil 1 and 2. So this minus, already we know significance of this sign, that is in this coil we are considering coil 1 and 2. So current through coil 1 leaves the dotted end, and in coil 2 it enters the dotted end, so we put negative. So net inductance of this coil 1 will be self inductance and mutual inductance. Here mutual inductance is negative because it is due to dot rule between these two inductance. So it is L1 minus M12, which is equal to 8 minus 4 Henry. Now let us take coil 2. If you take this coil 2, self inductance of coil 2 is 10 Henry, and mutual inductance between coil 1 and 2 is 4 Henry, and mutual inductance between coil 2 and 3 is forming, and that is 5 Henry. Okay. So total inductance for this coil 2 will be self inductance plus mutual inductance due to coil 1 and plus mutual inductance because of coil 3. So now we can write the equation L2 minus M21, because mutual inductance formed between 2 and 1 is negative because the current flowing through coil 1 is leaving the dot, and current flowing through coil 2 is entering the dot. On the other side, if you take for these two mutual inductance formed between these two, we have given plus, because you can see, consider coil 2, current flowing through coil 2 through the dotted end, and in coil 3 also it flows towards the dotted end. Okay, it enters towards the dotted end. So now we got mutual inductance between these two will be positive. So net inductance value of this coil 2 will be 10 minus 4 plus 5, it is 11 Henry. Similarly, now we can consider equation number coil 3. In coil 3 you can see self-inductance of coil 3 L3 is 6 Henry, and mutual inductance forming only with the coil 2. It doesn't have any link with coil 1. It has got link with only coil 2. So it is 5 Henry. So we can write for coil 3 it is L3 plus M32, because this is positive, mutual inductance is positive. We know that current in both coils 2 and 3 is entering towards the dot, hence we put plus, so it is again 11 Henry. So now the net value of inductance, equivalent inductance or net value of inductance of this circuit will be adding all those three inductance, that is 4 Henry plus 11 Henry and this 11 Henry, that is 26 Henries. So the net or equivalent inductance of this circuit will be 26 Henries. So next problem. In this problem they have given two coupled coils of self-inductance given L1 is equal to 2 Henry and L2 is equal to 4 Henry, and mutual inductance also given 0.5 Henry. Our aim is to find total inductance or equivalent inductance for different configurations, that is series aiding, series opposing, parallel aiding and parallel opposing. Okay. So let us take first case, series aiding. We know that diagram for series aiding is this one. Two coils are connected in series and dots are in such a manner that current enters the dot in both coils. So your equation is L equivalent will be L1 plus L2 plus 2 times mutual inductance. So just directly if you substitute the values, 2 plus 4 plus 2 times mutual inductance is 0.5, it is 7 Henry. Similarly, for case 2, it is series opposing. Only thing, the dots have been interchanged. There is some change with the dot. That is, in this case, current enters the dot, and in coil 2, current leaves the dot. So only change is we have to put minus for this polarity of mutual inductance. So L equivalent will be L1 plus L2 minus 2M. If you substitute the values, 2 plus 4 minus 2 into 0.5, we get 5 Henry. Okay. Next for parallel aiding. So in parallel aiding, two coils are connected parallel across the common source, and aiding means current through both the coils will be entering the dotted end. Okay, you can see entering the dotted end. So we have derived already we have derived this equation, and that equation for parallel aiding equivalent inductance will be L1 L2 minus M square divided by L1 plus L2 minus 2M. So if you substitute the values, self and mutual inductance, we will get 1.55 Henry. Case 4, I have turned case 3, can make it as case 4. It is parallel opposing. In parallel opposing, you got the same, we got two coils connected across voltage source, connected parallel across voltage source, common voltage source, and you can see here current in one coil, current enters the dot, in the other coil, current leaves the dot. So our equation will be L1 L2 minus M square divided by L1 plus L2 plus 2M. Okay, only thing, this sign has to be replaced with the plus. So once if you substitute the values, then we'll get the answer. L equivalent will be 1.107 Henries. So third problem. So in this problem, we have to find voltage V2, and we are given that assume mutual inductance as 3 Henry. Okay, this is your circuit. We can see two coils. These are magnetically coupled, and you can see coil 1 is being supplied with the source 200 angle 0 degree volts, and at the same time we don't have any voltage source in coil 2. Okay, and our aim is to find voltage across this 10 ohms, that is taken as V2. It is connected with the coil 2. Okay, so for this case we have to write the voltage equations. So we can take, so in this case we have to consider reactance. So reactance of coil 1 will be j omega L1, that is given as j 6 ohms, and the resistance connected to the coil 1 is R1 and is taken as 10 ohms, and reactance of coil 2, this one, j 4 ohms, that is j omega L2. Okay, reactance of self inductance, okay, that is j 4 ohms, and resistance connected with the coil 2 is 10 ohms, and voltage across this R2 only we have to find. Okay, R2 only we have to find, and voltage applied to the coil 1 is 200 volts. So we are going to so we can solve this problem by finding the loop equations. We have to take this as one loop and this as one loop, and we have to find current I2, because once we find current I2, that I2 into this R2 will give you V2. Okay, voltage across this 10 ohms will be current flowing through this 10 ohms into this 10, you will get voltage across this. So V2 will be I2 into R2. So now we can write mesh equations, loop equations using Kirchhoff's voltage law. Then we will be finding I2. Okay, so in coil 1, if you take this coil 1 and make it as loop 1, and we write the voltage equation, Kirchhoff's voltage law equation, just we write the voltage equation, loop equation, we can find that there will be a drop here. So R1 I1 plus this one j omega L1 into I1, j omega L1 into I1, and some mutually induced EMF will be there because of this coil. So that one is minus j 3 ohms, that is j minus j m minus j omega m I2, okay, minus j omega m I2 mutually induced EMF, okay. This is drop, this is self-induced EMF, and this is mutually induced voltage. So for m associated with this mutually induced EMF, we have given minus, because as per dot rule we can find this. You can see here in coil 1 current enters the dot, in this case current leaves the dot, okay. So we put minus here. So in coil 1, in this coil or in this loop, we say that drop R1 I1 plus self-induced voltage j omega L1 I1 minus mutually induced EMF j omega m I2 will be equal to applied voltage, this one. And similarly we can write the second equation. After that, once you substitute the values, for R1 it is 10 I1, j omega L1 is taken as j6, and j omega m is taken as 3, because m is 3, so j 3 I2, okay. We have to put I2 here, I forgot to put here, it has to come I2 here, is equal to 200. This next step I have given. So we can see here 10 plus j6 I1 taken outside, 10 plus j6 I1 minus j3 I2 will be equal to 200. This is your equation number 3. So this is your actual expression, simplified expression. Now let us take coil 2. In coil 2 it doesn't have any voltage source. So if we write the equation, we'll start from here. If we start from here, we can say that R2 I2 drop, and we come like this. We got the self-induced voltage in coil 2, that is j omega L2 I2, and it will have some mutually induced voltage because of current flowing through coil 1, that is taken as j omega m I1, and it is minus again because of dot rule. We get this minus, okay. So m associated with this mutually induced voltage will be minus, and if it doesn't have any voltage source in this coil or in this loop, so we put simply 0, okay. So once if we substitute the values, we will get minus j3 I1 plus 10 plus j4 I2 is equal to 6. So we got two equations. Take equation number 3 and 4, put into matrix, so that we can find the current I2, okay. So we need V2. V2 is nothing else, voltage across R2, which means V2 is equal to I2 R2. That means we have to find the unknown current I2. For that, we make equation 3 and 6 into matrix form, and we use Cramer's rule to find that value of I2. So if you put this in matrix, then we solve it from the above matrix, we will get del value for this. Determinant for this one is 85 plus j 100, and once if you substitute for I2, if you substitute this one here, and again you find determinant, that is del I2, which is equal to j 600. So from that we can find I2, which is equal to del I2 by del. So now if you find I2 is equal to, after substituting for del I2 and del and converting into polar form, you will get 4.57 angle of 40.4 degree ampere. So we got I2. Now we can easily find what is V2. So V2 is simply I2 into R2. So 4.57 into 10, that is 45.7 volts is your voltage across your 10 ohms connected with the coil 2. So far we have discussed 3 problems, and if time permits we will do some more problems. Thank you for watching. Keep watching. Thank you.